What's up, my guys? Sorry I'm late. Had some BS going on, but gotta welcome the co-host Rock and Robbie.
Station,
brother. Sorry we're late. It's my fault as always. Not Robbie's. Robbie was early.
They know that.
Yeah, of course they knew that. But yeah, bro. Good to be here. Super tired, bro. But yeah, how you been, Robbie? Sorry, missed last night. I tried to pop in, but I was fucking stuck at the bar again.
Well, I saw you pop into the chat, and that was cool. So it's been good. Last night, of course, we talked about one of my favorite movies. We talked about Suspiria here already, but just to refresh the audience, how many digs would you give Suspiria?
Dude, at least like a 4 or 5. I mean, it's probably a 5 actually, because it's a perfect Italian. It's probably the perfect Italian horror film. So I'd probably give it a 5.
Yeah, we gave it 5.
The music, the atmosphere, just everything, man. I like the remake too, but I think you told me you didn't like that. Did you never watch it?
No, I watched it. I didn't like it, but I have so much of an attachment to Suspiria because it's literally one of my favorite movies.
Yeah,
it's top 5. Like I put it up there with things like Citizen Kane, Dazed Confused, Blade Runner, and 2001: A Space Odyssey. Those are like, along with Suspiria, those are like my 5 favorite movies. I could watch them anytime.
Right.
And but it was cool, man. It had a great show. Jay Strickett watched it for the first time.
Wow.
Blew his fucking mind. Like he was he was stammering. He was like damn speechless. He didn't even, and you know what it's like the first time you watch that movie where you can't you don't quite have the vocabulary to articulate what you just experienced, right?
Yeah.
So that was fun. Jelani and Brooks have seen it. Jelani has seen it a lot with me. Brooks had seen, this was like his second time, so he enjoyed it a lot more. Joe loved it, and Joe has seen it like a lot too. And Joe, we got so envious. Joe, especially because he's so spoiled living in New York, right? Has seen Suspiria on the big screen. So can you imagine what that's like in a theater, brah? God.
Yeah, that would be dope.
But it was a great show, man. It was a great show. It's been a good week. I'm excited to be here to talk about this movie. Horror movies bring me joy. So, and a happy October, brother.
I know, dude. As soon as October 1st, bro, I was just like, yes, bro, finally. Halloween Kills in like 11 days.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't wait, bro.
I saw a bunch of people on socials yesterday being like, October 1st, time to start watching horror movies. And I was just like,
I've been there. I've been doing that.
I was like, our Horror Fest started a month ago. Plus, it's Horror Fest every Saturday night until
right. My Horror Fest started last year. It just sucks, bro, because now that it's October, it seems to be going by quick because it was like October 1st, and now it's already the 3rd going on the 4th, or it's the 2nd going on the 3rd.
It's
like,
going by real fast because you don't know what day it is, Dylan. That's what.
Yeah, definitely. But before we get into Drag Me to Hell, which is what we'll be reviewing tonight, by Sam Raimi, you got any horror news you want to talk about?
Well, I got one big thing that I want to talk about, and that's that NECA's doing an Elvira figure. How freaking cool is that?
It's a cloth figure though, but I like those. So I know you don't always
It's
get
not a
those,
cloth
but
figure. It's a nice figure.
No,
Like the dress is cloth, but it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like it's like the ultimate Ghostface. Like the figure itself, though, it's not one of those retro.
Well, they have
looking
two Ghostface. They have an ultimate, and then they have a cloth one. So
yeah, what I'm saying, it's more like the cloth. It's so the cloth ones, they look like the old Migos and shit like that, right? So like this one doesn't look like that. She's got the multiple heads. She's got different props. It's more like the ultimate figure. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really, really pumped. Really, yeah. She's got the goblet, and she's got the dagger, and she's got the skull, and she's got a regular head and a winky head. So I'm really excited. If you notice, it's Elvira all over the place. Celebrating 40 years of Elvira. She's got the show on Shudder. She just released her new book. Just revealed that she was queer. So like Elvira, like that's how you fucking have a twilight of your career. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, she's like 80. She's like 70 too. She's like 70.
Yeah, bro. And she looks way better than Kiss. I saw Kiss perform in their 70s and they were dope. But she's actually maybe Kiss is a little bit younger. Just a couple years. I don't know. She's still got it. She's still got it, bro.
Definitely. Yeah, I saw the Elvira thing. It was like she did Mistress of the Dark, which was her movie. Then she did a Vincent Price movie, and then some other thing. I forgot what the last one was. But
her Shudder thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
It looks like
another thing is that people that ordered it directly from Scream Factory have started getting their Elvira's Haunted Hills, and so that means mine. I got an updated thing for my Amazon. It should be next week.
Yeah, I saw that. It should be coming. I'm really looking for. I was debating on canceling it because I got the Halloweens coming.
Yeah,
but I really want it. It's just with the Halloween.
Already had those.
But I know some people are getting it from Scream Factory signed by her. But I didn't need all that.
I didn't do that. That was like $70-something, right?
I'd rather get it. I'd rather like meet her and get it signed than just have it be signed.
Exactly. Did you notice though that it's coming with like a slipcase, kind of like Creepshow? I don't think it has a book, but it has one of those.
Halloween was.
It's not just one of these slips. It's like it's one of those harder.
The Elvira is?
Yeah.
Oh, I knew the Halloweens were coming that way. I didn't know.
Someone took a picture of it, and theirs was in a slipcase that went in that way.
Wow.
Really nice. Looked really nice, man.
I'll have to watch that. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I didn't know. I knew the Halloweens were coming, but not that. Wow.
I've never seen that Elvira movie either.
Me either.
Haunted Hills. I've never even seen that one.
No, me either. Yeah.
Guess it's from the 90s or something, I guess.
Yeah, I just thought she had the one movie.
I did too. Mistress of the Dark, which I got the arrow. Did you get the arrow of that yet?
Of what? No, I don't. No.
Oh, you need
Sadly not.
Well, you got a birthday coming up, so.
What was that?
So, you got a birthday coming up next year.
Yeah.
as we all do.
Right. It's coming. So with October being here, like AMC Fear Fest kicks off October with Halloween franchise and marathon all weekend long. So if you go check that out. Fucking it looks like Hulu. They always do like Halloween, and they got some ghost Alua or something that they're using as like kind of like their mascot or something. I think it's pretty cool looking.
Oh yeah, that's creepy.
Yeah, but yeah. So if you got Hulu, they're promoting a bunch of the horror movies they got on there, and Discovery Plus is getting spooky this season with your guide to all the Halloween fun. I put on my Instagram story a lot of these, like streaming platforms are showing like lists of what horror movies you should watch or upcoming new horror movies they got coming for the new season, which is pretty cool. So you could see all the new stuff coming.
I saw the one that you shared. I think it was from Fangoria, where they were like breaking it down who had
Yeah.
what horror movies to watch.
Yep.
That's such a invaluable, because oh my goodness, you can waste so much time just scrolling through.
Yeah, I hate that. That's why I wanted to put those up on my story so people could see, because I literally hate doing that. I hate because you could just scroll for hours and then just end up watching a movie you've watched 100 times before, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
Perry got his mind blown by From Beyond, by the way, and hasn't seen Reanimator. I
keep
gave
saying long
sorry,
live the new flesh. So did he watch Videodrome?
I'm pretty sure he watched Videodrome then. So I gave him the list of the Gordon films to watch, including Stuck. Right? Remember that one? Oh man,
love that. Love that, dude. The Halloween horror collection from Vans is now officially available, and they had more than just Nightmare on Elm Street, Pennywise, forget who else, Friday the 13th, and
Shining, right?
The Shining. Yeah, they also had a pair for The Exorcist. They have a pair of Gremlin ones, which I really like those. They have a pair for the Lost Boys. They did a pair for the Lost Boys. But my girl said she really thought the Lost Boys were dope, but I didn't really care for the Lost Boys ones. But I love the Shining ones. It's just that they're black and yellow. It's like, how much is a yellow gonna match? She's like, those are only good for like Halloween. You're like, and I'm like, girl, I'm gonna be wearing them all year long. Like, it's Halloween all year long with me, motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, they look good. Oh man, the Shining ones are freaking creepy.
Aren't those sick, bro? And then the red rum on the side. I like the Nightmare on Elm Streets too. I mean, I feel like those can
Those are
match
nice.
pretty
The
easily.
Friday ones are nice. What are the checkered ones? What is that supposed to be?
That's, I think, Pennywise.
Okay.
And it just shows like the balloon or something.
There's some kind of flip flops. Can't tell which one that is. And then some high tops. They look sharp. I don't know what some of them are, but I like the Shining ones a lot. I may have to get those. Are the Jason ones? But like, I've never had those shoes that don't have shoelaces. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, they're just like slip-ons.
Seems like they would just fall the fuck off my foot. But
nah, that'd be good. Yeah, they just slip on and off.
The Nightmare on Elm Street ones are fucking $250 on eBay right now. Jesus Christ.
$250 on eBay. They're like $75 online. I wonder if they're selling out, bro, because when I went, they were all in stock.
Well, they're like on their website?
Yeah.
Maybe some people don't know to go to their website, you know? They just get online and they just like I almost bought a Sandstorm one time and overpaid for it until I realized that it was not, in fact, out of print. It just hadn't come out yet.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What's their website? I guess Vans.com, or is that going to take me to some Vans site? Okay.
No, Vans. And then big news, Friday the 13th screenwriter Victor Miller wins copyright termination appeal to reclaim domestic rights. After like 2 years of Friday the 13th going through court cases and shit, man, for the rights. So
yeah, that's a big deal for creator rights. And like typically, because we've been talking about this in the comic book world with the Steve Ditko estate, you know, and all that stuff, and what happened with Kirby and Siegel and Schuster. And typically they're always like, well, it was work for hire. Well, with comics, it's a little bit different. It's more, plus the comic books, those were created before copyright law got changed. Yeah. Friday the 13th was after copyright law got changed. And that's a big freaking deal. But the biggest deal for fans is this. First of all, you're not going to lose out on any Friday the 13th. Here's the big deal. That means now all this bullshit is done.
Yeah.
And they can move forward with reboot, a continuation, a new sequel, something with they could do something now because now it's not held the fuck up, right? Bro, have you seen the other stuff on their site? It's not just shoes. They got like hats and socks and sweatshirts and hoodies.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I don't see the Freddy ones here, but everything else seems to be here. I'm going to. No, the Freddy ones are here. They're $80.
Yeah. And I like those too.
Yeah, I don't like high tops though, so I can't do it.
Oh, I love high tops.
Yeah, I like the low ones. That's why I really like those
Harry
Friday 13th
said
ones.
he got the Freddy shoes, Jason hoodie, and the Friday the 13th slides, and then they canceled it because the inventory was gone.
Oh, I
Oh,
see.
damn,
Yeah, they
what?
do that shit, man.
The Gremlin shoes are sick. No, I kind of got like a little bit of a headache, John. I don't know why, and I'm just like exhausted. I was like fucking sleeping in the car on the way home. I don't know, man. I've been getting these migraines and they've been killing me. I had a terrible one fucking Thursday, Thursday night, dude. It sucked, bro.
That does suck.
I didn't see there was a shining hoodie though. But yeah, I don't know. I've been like a little stuffed up the past couple weeks, I guess. Well, what was it? Not last week, the week before or whatever. I think it was last week. I literally had no voice.
Yeah, that was last week.
Yeah.
I'm actually wearing shining socks. I just took a sock off so I could show it off. But they're really freaking cool. This has got the two chicks, the two little twins. And it says The Shining. It says The Shining on the bottom. Like, I fucking love this shit. I love wild socks.
They canceled just the slides, Perry? That was it? Or they canceled your whole order?
Well, it doesn't hurt to try. Maybe they'll obviously they need to do more. You know what I'm saying? But it sucks if they're just limited and it's like there's not enough of them, you know?
Right,
That could be the thing.
I bet you fucking people are trying to flip them and shit, bro.
I know. I'm not in the shoe world, but like I guess it's like toys. You got to like fucking try to pre-order that shit and hope that you get it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, usually that's like fucking Yeezys and Jordans and shit, not Vans.
You would think so, but then you add in the idea of horror,
Yeah,
limited edition shoes and shit.
I gotten some when Vans did a Marvel line a few years back, and I got some of those, some custom Marvel shoes. But dude, yeah, those horror ones are so awesome.
Yeah,
I want a pair so bad, dude, so bad. Oh, he said just the slides. I gotta check that shining hoodie. But it looks like Stranger Things reportedly might be getting a spinoff. Netflix is debating, I guess, so that might be something. But
I missed that. A spinoff for what?
For Stranger Things.
Oh,
spinoff series.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that.
Here's a bold prediction. I think Stranger Things season 4 will be less successful than they want. And it's just because how fucking long between seasons. Oh my God. It takes fucking ever, man. Like I love Stranger Things. Like I really do. I like all 3 seasons, right?
Yeah, me too.
I think they got differing levels of awesomeness. Like the first one's the best to me. 3 is the next one, and then 2. 2's the worst, but not that it was bad. I still liked it. But like these kids are gonna be fucking 30 by the time they finish this shit, man. You know, they're gonna have to be like the final season of Stranger Things 2002.
Dude, seriously. It's taken forever. It's like the same Game of Thrones, you know? But yeah, and I remember you not being a shoe guy, Perry. You're a Jesus wearing Jesus sandals type of guy.
Well, they got some Friday the 13th sandals or flip-flops or whatever on there too.
Yeah, those Friday the 13th sandals, though, would have made you look super raw. Hopefully you can get a pair of those, bro. Let's see. I think that is probably... Oh, and the Evil Dead Groovy Collection brings the Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2, and all 3 seasons of Ash vs. Evil Dead to 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray in one massive box set.
That's cool. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that there's the rights issues with Army of Darkness.
Yeah,
but that is really freaking cool.
Yeah, I got the dopest version of Army of Darkness, and hopefully Scream Factory does a 4K set.
They're working on it.
Yeah, so I can't wait for that 4K set of Army of Darkness. So whatever. I'd rather Scream Factory get it anyways. But yeah, that's all I got for Oh, last thing. Remember that creepy mask I was showing you from that new Scott Derrickson movie, The Black Phone?
Yeah.
It was reported that it was designed by Tom Savini. and his team. So that's freaking awesome, bro. No
Very
wonder
cool.
why it looks so fucking creepy.
Yeah, right. That's really cool, man.
Hell
That's
yeah.
dope.
Spooky story segment late in the show. I don't know. I don't know.
If someone's got a spooky story,
Right?
yeah.
I would just pull like the story that the old man starts off with when the fog starts. Mm-mm.
And I'll just be like, do 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 do. Oh man, Fog's next week, bruh.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
one of the greatest horror scores out there, man.
oh my god, I love it so much. Love it so
We
much.
by the way, we did. I just want to make this announcement again for people that took that graphic that of our schedule. Joe Corallo, god damn it, next week was supposed to be the Satan's Little Helper, which won the Joe poll,
Yeah.
but just so happens Joe is allowing New York Comic Con to be that week. So we're going to move that to Monday night. It's going to be the 18th, I think is the date.
Mm-hmm.
And next week is going to be our surprise review. And we've already revealed that it's Demons and Demons 2, a Lamberto Bava double feature. Next week on
Wow.
Horror Fest, Friday night, PCP.
Wow. That should be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And J Strick hasn't seen those movies.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
So Italian movie night 2 weeks in a row on Horror Fest.
2 weeks in a row, baby.
Wow.
And tomorrow we're continuing to look at Linnea Quigley's horror films with what is it called? It's called Sorority Babes and the Slime Bolorama.
Yeah. Yep. She always knows how to pick them. But that looks like that's all I got for the horror news. Unless you got something else you want to mention.
That's all I got, brother.
All right. Well, I guess we'll get into the Drag Me to Hell review. Where the hell? I don't even got my Blu-ray out. I know you got yours out, don't you? What
right there?
What year?
2007, I want to say. Let's see. 2000. This says 2018, but that's the fucking Blu-ray. 2009 from Curse Productions. It says 2009. Okay, thought it was earlier than that, but it's because it was right after Spider-Man 3. Like he wanted to make this film in the early 2000s. They wrote this film in like 1999. Him and his brother Ivan, and then he started doing Spider-Man, and so the whole next 10 years of his life is taken up by doing Spider-Man movies, right? Pretty much. And then after the Spider-Man 3. They were able to get into this, and that's why Christopher Young does the score here. But yeah, I got it this week, and if you care, I got the slip. So that means that if you buy this on Amazon right now, you have a good chance of getting the slip because I do.
Yeah, definitely.
You can imagine that this is not one that is so heavily sought after, right? Yeah. Because, I mean, it was really successful at its time that it released. It did really well. It had a lot of critical acclaim to it, actually. It won awards for best horror film of that year and shit like that. But the point being that, like, this is kind of, it's such a weird thing where it's one of those movies that's a hit. Not like a super, super hit, but it was successful. People liked it. Fans liked it. It's got a high Rotten Tomato score. If you give a shit about stuff like that, no, we don't, but if you do. But the crazy thing is it's not something that, like, there's not much by way of special features here, which is surprising compared to some of the other Sam Raimi like special editions that are out there. But what it does have is that it has both versions of the film, the theatrical and the uncut, which is totally worth it. But you may be able to get it with the slip. I don't know. My slip was a little bit dinged up, but you know me, man. I don't care about that. Low grade's better than no grade. But the cool thing about having a slip is you can display both covers at the same time, as Dylan knows. But yeah, man, it's actually a really cool Blu-ray. The transfer was great. The sound was really good on it, bro. I would love to hear it. Like, I got like a little fucking, what are they called? Sound bars, right? So it'd be cool to like hear it like with someone with the sound system, like watch this over at Whole Shoes Place or something. But the Blu-ray is really, really nice. Really, really nice.
Oh, yeah, dude. I thought there was a decent amount of special features, not as much as I'd like, but still good enough for
there's an interview with Christopher Young. There's an interview with the actors that play the main character in the witch. Yeah, well, and then there's the video diaries. That was from the previous DVD release, I think, but they're all right. There's
Yeah,
not a commentary by Sam
not a
Raimi.
lot of new stuff.
There's not a commentary by Sam Raimi, which pisses me off.
Yeah, that was a bummer.
Because Sam Raimi commentaries are great. Like his Evil Dead and Army of Darkness commentaries are awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I love this movie. It's I remember when it came out in I remember seeing it in theaters, and then when it came out, rented it from Blockbuster, and dude, just this old lady, man, was just so creepy, bro. You know, she just is perfect, man. Like with her teeth, with the when her teeth get knocked out, and she's like biting on her chin, bro, with no teeth, drooling all over.
Oh yeah,
There's just so much cheesiness in it, and it's just disgusting at times, bro. But I absolutely love it, man. I love the tone of it, man. It just is so up and down. Like it seems like it's going to be a serious movie, and then it just it has these tonal shifts where it's just that Sam Raimi, where Sam Raimi directed this, where it just has that goofy silliness to it, and I love it, man. I think Justin Long's great. I love him from Jeepers Creepers and all the stuff he's done. I think he's hilarious. And this is more of kind of like a laid back role where he's just kind of playing the boyfriend, or the supportive boyfriend that's rich as hell. And I like the girl too. I mean, I don't really know her for much, but I think she's great in it. And the old lady is just the gypsy is just absolutely perfectly cast. Like, it's insane, man. It's just insane.
I gotta look this up because the main actress, she was not the original choice, but something happened. I got to look this up real quick. Oh, it was originally going to be Elliot Page. It's Elliot now. It was going to be Elliot Page originally, but there was some kind of a guild strike. Yeah, Screen Actors Guild strike related issues. And so that's why it went to, what is it, Allison Lohan or something? Yeah, Allison Lohman. Yeah. I thought she did fine. I'm not familiar with her either, but I thought it was. So here's what I think. Overall, I remember really liking this movie, but it's also one that I rewatch Evil Dead over and over, and Army of Darkness, and even things like Darkman stay in the forefront of my mind, and Simple Plan and things like that. But this is one that kind of meanders around, and so this was only the fourth time I've watched it, and I compared a little bit to Malignant, meaning that it does bring about this idea of it being a serious film, like a serious witch demon film, but it's incredibly campy too. Now, obviously, like you said before, while we were chatting before the show, it's way more campy than Malignant is, right? But the thing is, I do enjoy this film. I like it a lot. But when I watch it, the goofiness of it really just comes the fuck out of nowhere all of a sudden, and it doesn't consistently straddle that line very well, right? Now, I like the movie, but I think that Sam Raimi has done better straddling that line. Sometimes he leans more, and usually the way it works for Sam Raimi is he leans more into the comedy, right? But in this one, it seemed like they leaned more into the horror. The problem with it, for me, is that it's, late oddies horror, right? So they're trying to do that thing, but Sam Raimi's doing his thing, and it's wild and bonkers. And he wanted it to be PG-13, right? He didn't want to do another rated R. He wanted to challenge himself. But it's just goofy and gross out of nowhere. And as much as I enjoy that in the film, to be honest, I think it hurts the film overall, its inconsistency in tone, where it doesn't make the end have as much of a punch. And the other thing is that the end seems completely wrong. Like the way this movie would be damn near perfect if Justin Long is the one that gets drugged to hell at the end, right? He's the one that she gave the button to. So I think that that's a weird thing too, because the idea is that she gave it to him, she doesn't know. And so that would be more of a gut-wrenching ending. That being said, I like the ending. I like the witch. I like how ridiculous it is. I like how dumb and goofy it is. And there's a lot, like, we'll get into characters, but I think all the characters are pretty strong. The biggest I mean, I don't understand how to describe this. Like, no actor in this movie is playing it as if it's a comedy. Everybody is taking it incredibly serious, right? And then when that weird shit happens, it's just fucking like, how many times, and you know that Sam Raimi loves to abuse his actors. How many times does Alison Lohman have to like swallow some bullshit or get something sprayed into her mouth like over and over? So I do enjoy it. It works as a Sam Raimi film. If you weren't already a Sam Raimi fan, I can see how it would be off-putting. I could critically look at it and take it apart and be like, it's tonally inconsistent. It doesn't match up very well. Sam Raimi's done better. But at the same time, I think it's rather bold. I think it's wild. I think it's fun. And overall, I enjoy the film, man.
I never thought about it as Justin Long going to hell. That makes more sense since he was given the button at the end. And that might, because I always think that it is pretty gut-wrenching seeing her go to hell. But I think that would have been an even bigger punch to see him go, just because he is like totally innocent in the entire thing. You know, he's just, you know, trying to be there for his girl, you know, and then at the end, like if she gets him killed, like that would have been messed up. That would have been crazy. I still think it's a great ending, and I think it's ballsy, you know what I mean? Because mostly it would have just been like a happy ending, I feel like, in most movies, but not with Sam Raimi. But yeah, that would have been great if Justin Long kind of got it. That would have been, I think that would have been something. I never thought about it like that. That's a good point.
What's the whole other fucking point about her, like accidentally giving it to him, right? What's the whole fucking point of that then, right? Because like they do the whole switch, and it's a clever switch. Like she gives him the coin and the envelope, like at the beginning of the movie. They bring that back. It's perfectly placed in the script. It's fine, right? But apparently that doesn't mean anything because he has the button, but it still comes after her. So I don't know. Like it's a weird stretch there where it doesn't quite. And I don't know if it was. Surely it's not the studio. This was Ghost House, which is run by Robert Tappert there. So that's Sam's homie. So this is the ending they wanted. They wanted it to be a morality tale. They wanted, I guess, the punishment to ultimately go from her. But then the idea is this, to me, it doesn't matter if you give it away to someone, you're still going to get got. So what I think then you just have her give it to someone. She thinks she's fine. She's riddled with guilt for it, but she still gets got. But imagine what it would have been like if because that's what she thought. She thought that Justin Long was about to get got, and then she gets got, right? So I don't know. I mean, I like that. I like the ending, and I love a horror movie that has a not a happy ending, you know. But it would have been more like, damn, if it would have been her fiance, or you know, it was like right before he like proposes to her and shit like that. So I love their relationship though. They do a really good job in this film, Allison and Justin are portraying that. And apparently they were friends before. So this was the first time they worked together. And you can tell that they have like some kind of a bond, some kind of a chemistry.
Yeah, definitely, dude. Definitely. Yeah, I like their chemistry in it. I think they're great. I think they're perfectly cast for it. I've always just been a huge fan of this movie, to be honest, man. Just so much fun. Just that perfect, you know, like 2000s horror movie, man, because a lot of that stuff we were getting around this time, was PG-13, you know, and didn't really go for it, like, and they played it safe, I felt like, you know, a lot of that Scream era type stuff, you know, and I feel like Sam Raimi swung for it on this and wanted to do something different, you know, kind of go back to the old Gypsy era, you know.
Yeah, and look what he was able to do with the PG-13 rating.
Yeah,
he basically just took the book.
You would not think that this. I mean, I feel like you would think that this is like a light R. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they don't really do much language, and there's not much blood. In fact, most of the gross stuff involves saliva and bugs.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so it's just the way that he was able to play it. I mean, I guess after doing them Spider-Man movies, you know, he kind of knew how to finagle with the MPAA you know, and get the ratings he wanted and still be able to make the movie he wanted to, you know.
I think it's just insane that a movie called Drag Me to Hell is a PG-13 movie, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know. Definitely a horror movie with happy endings is a fail. No
And
doubt.
the title of the film is a spoiler.
Yeah, right. Right.
Well, we promised you from the beginning that somebody was going to get dragged to hell.
Yeah. So, what's one thing that you think this movie's trying to say then, Robbie?
What do I think it's trying to say?
Yeah.
It's wow, you're skipping all the actor stuff.
I,
So I appreciate
oh,
that.
we'll get to it.
I know, I like that. I like that. It's a cool tonal shift.
I know. Just like this movie.
It's a morality tale, is what it is. It's about someone who loses sight of compassion and empathy in order for the betterment of their station in life. Do you get what I'm saying? And the sad thing is this: when you watch the movie, the main character, Allison's character, what's her name? Christine. Christine is not a bad person.
Not at all.
It's just like the movie Stuck by Stuart Gordon.
Yeah.
She's not a bad person. She just makes one bad mistake. And in this one, it's not even that she did something wrong, but she lacked compassion. She was acting a little bit selfishly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she could have helped this woman. But then the woman at the same time, obviously, whatever. But I think the ultimate point is being this, is that it's the morality tale of what the detriment that can happen to us as a collective when we lack compassion and empathy with each other. Okay. We care more about our own advancement. And then at the same time, it also goes to show you that it doesn't matter how good you are or how not a bad person you are. Your decisions, the smallest decisions, have ripple effects into other people's lives. And sometimes that will come back to you. So you could live a whole life of purity, make one wrong fucking move, one bad decision, and then just like in Stuck, it's the same kind of thing in Stuck, right? Just like in Stuck, she doesn't like try to fix it. She just keeps trying to make excuses for it, and she just keeps going along with it. I mean, she's sitting there at a Waffle House thinking about giving it to this old man. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what it's showing you. It's and in a very Wes Craven situation, it's also showing us that we all have that potential inside of us to do that, no matter how good we are. So that's what I think it's about.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. Yeah. I agree with what you were saying. I didn't even have anything. I just wanted to hear what you said. But I guess it would just be like, you know, that we're all human, and you know, people can be selfish and be put in positions where they could help someone, but you know, they might not be able to help themselves, and they want to only look out for numero uno in the end and get that promotion. And if they let this person slide, you know, they're not going to get what they want. So they gotta ruin someone's day to make themselves get that little big promotion, you know? And I'm sure that happens all the time where people, they got to make those cuts and be super careless just so that maybe they can get that promotion they want one day, because their boss thinks that they're just giving out too many loans and they're not willing to make the big decisions. Like basically her boss was doing to her, just putting her on the spot, you know, trying to flaunt like you know, little candy in front of her face, like you could get it if you make the hard decision. And you know, like Stu does. Stu makes the hard decision, you know, so
yeah. I just cracked up because I was reminded of the bit where her fucking nose just starts gushing fucking blood on her boss.
Yeah.
So there's the blood, but that's PG-13 because it was just coming out of her nose or something, I guess. But like, no, that's what it is, right? And you don't know who people are. Like you could do this. Like this is a more, I guess, serious side of it. Like not everybody's going to be a witch and put a curse on you, but some people, you know, who knows, man? Maybe you're snarky. You're a loan officer like she is. You turn down someone. You're like, oh, I did the right thing. Next thing you know, you walk out. You're getting your fucking ass beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, not that it's not a good thing. It's not a right thing. You know, and the woman who put a curse on her is totally in the wrong too.
Yeah.
And the thing is this too. The woman dies like right after this, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
it just goes to show, like, if she would have just given her the extension, she dies anyway. The bank's going to get the home.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's a big part about it, you know?
And what was the thing that was 100% the most essential for her getting that promotion was that account that she was about to finalize, the McPherson account or whatever. It wasn't the fact. It was just because she heard him say, you got to make the tough decisions.
Yep.
And then, yeah.
And then when he's like, you know, he's like, your call, you know, because he's like, we've extended her a couple times already. You know, it doesn't look good. These are the people that aren't going to pay us because probably end up just dying and they'll never get their money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's like, your call, you know, seeing to see if she would, testing her basically, you know, and, yeah, so she has that moral, what is it, moral clause or whatever, where she's in the middle, trying to figure, should she do the right thing and give this old lady her family home, let her keep it for another month or whatever, or you know, try and get her job promotion, which she just heard before that her boyfriend's parents don't like her because they don't think she's good enough. So that's another part. She's trying to impress and get this promotion so that her boyfriend's parents can be proud of her, you know, and see that she's not just some, you know, farm girl, you know what I mean? So,
and that dinner scene's really well done, you know, because she actually does win the approval of the mother until she starts hearing shit and acts crazy at dinner.
Yeah.
But that was a nice, charming scene too.
I know, that's the crazy thing about it too. That she actually wins the approval and fucks it up.
Yeah, she wins the approval, but then completely messes it up. She even wins her, you know, it's because the fly. It was the fly that did it. They thought that they were eating flies because the fly came out of her mouth.
Yeah.
So that was a cool little bit.
Yeah, crazy, man. So what do you think? Who are some of your favorite who's one of your favorite characters in this movie?
My favorite character in the whole movie is played by, I hope I'm saying this right, but Dilip Raho, it's the guy who's the psychic. He's my favorite. He's playing it with such an earnestness, right? And such an honesty, and it's authentic. He actually cares about her, right? And so, like, I really like that character. And the moment where, like, she hands him the button and he's just like, there's so much subtle nuance in his performance as well that I think is brilliant. And I love in all of these movies the character of the mentor or the wise sage, the Van Helsing, if you will. And I loved how it was utilized here. And at the end, there was I think one of the best scenes in the movie is when he tells her, you can pass it on to someone else. She's like, why are you just telling me? He's like, because then I would be accomplice to someone else burning in hell for eternity, bro. Like, but he has so much care for her, and you feel the intensity, and he also plays the comedic element of it incredibly well. Like when they're doing the seance and it gets ridiculous, he can go from a comedic reaction to commanding this demon to being incredibly sad that one of his mentors just died. Right. So like he's able to handle all of those things, I think, the best out of everybody in the movie. So he's my favorite character and my favorite performance.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd probably, man, I love the gypsy, man. She's just so creepy, man. So well cast. And just with the eye, the teeth, man. And she puts up a damn fight with Christine, man. I tell you, dude, that old lady can throw them hands for real. But it was great, man.
You know, when she signed up to do, or she auditioned for the movie, she had only gotten like the first part of the script. So she had only gotten the part at the bank.
Yeah.
So she didn't realize when she was cast that she was going to have to do all this wild, crazy shit.
Wow.
But
yeah.
she did it.
Yeah,
she
I remember. I remember that actually from the behind the scenes. Yeah, that's funny. I love the graveyard scene too at the end when she digs her up, and it's pouring rain. That's another like Sam Raimi thing where it's just pouring rain and she's just digging the grave and just slams and just stuffs that damn what she thinks is the coin down her throat. Oh, dude, it's so wild, man.
How many times in this movie does she have this woman's fucking gross ass face all up, like mouth all up on her face, man? Over and over and over, man. That scene is great. It reminds me of Poltergeist when all the corpses start popping up. And how quick that thing gets covered in water and how like she can't get out of it, and then she gets clunked on the head with the gravestone. And that's a really cool bit because you're like, all right, movie's about to be over.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I know. Crazy, dude. Crazy. But yeah, getting the girl Christine, man, getting bugs blown on her and shit, man. She went through it for this movie, especially with that scene and with the casket, man, and digging her up. They really put this girl through the ringer like they did Sam Raimi. Wild, bro.
Or like what Sam did to Bruce, man. And that's just what Sam does. I got to dip out for just a second, man. I'll be right back.
You're good. I actually got to. Give me 1 second, guys. Yo, what up? Come on. Yeah, no, man. It's a good ass movie. If any of y'all seen Dragon Hell, let me know down in the comments what y'all been thinking about it. Or if you guys remember when you went to see it in the theater or when it came out, this was one of the movies that came out during the good old blockbuster days. Fucking I remember renting this one, man. It was creepy as hell. Creepy.
I'm back.
There you go, bro. So let me think. Whoa, did you enjoy the music in this, bro?
Yes. Let me tell you why. It's Christopher Young. This is the same composer from the first Hellraiser film. This dude knows how to. Yeah, it's the same guy, Christopher Young, and I'm a huge fan of the score for Hellraiser, and I'm a big fan of this one too. And what I love about this one is that Christopher Young is able to do this this really just like Hellraiser, he's able to do this kind of like grandiose, like almost 70s demon movie kind of score and creepy and ghost story type thing, right? And then he gets slapstick when the movie does. And it plays really well, even individually. If you just listen to the score isolated, it works really freaking well. Now, he worked with Sam before. So he was the one who took over for Danny Elfman and did Spider-Man 3. He also did The Gift, right? And yeah, and I think he did another Sam Raimi film that I can't think of right now. But so he has worked with him. He was able to stand in for Danny Elfman. He's able to do that bit, but his style is completely different than Danny Elfman. I think Hellraiser is one of the best orchestral scores to a horror film ever. And he brings that weight and gravitas into Drag Me to Hell and is able to Sam Raimi it up because he has worked with him before. And so I really, really, really strongly like the music in this one.
Yeah, it's great, man. I love all the music in Sam Raimi's movies, to be honest, especially his horror movies. But I especially really love this. I just think the atmosphere in this movie, the tone, the comedic, the goofiness, sometimes it's even a little cartoony with the goat stuff, and the horror and the disgustingness with, the freaking gypsy trying to, drool all over her and just, oh man, there's just so much, and like throw up bugs on her. There's just so much gross shit, bro. Like it just has Sam Raimi written all over it. And I love it, man. I love it so much. But the music, it's great, man. I had no idea that same guy that did Hellraiser did it, but that makes sense because he does like big triumphant, like really, he does really good music, man.
Like if you just went on YouTube, for instance, and just listened to the theme of this movie and then the theme of Hellraiser back to back, you would kind of get the vibe. It's a completely different score, but it has a certain tone about it that like I said, that grandiose quality to it. That really just leans really good. But what like I said, also how he's able to do the other side of it as well is really, really strong.
Yeah, definitely, dude. Trying to think. What were some of your like favorite scenes from it? I'm not hearing you, dog.
My bad. First of all, I really like the scene, like I mentioned, where the psychic guy is telling her that she can pass on the button. Like I think that's like he's really good in that scene. I love the seance. The seance scene is one of my favorites because you're like, oh, it's about to get back to the story that was set up in the first bit, and it's almost like that first bit's kind of wasted because it's cool to build the backstory about it, but like she dies and it doesn't work. But I really like that scene. I like when her helper gets possessed by the dude and the goat. That's pretty funny. So I really like those ones, and I also like when she just goes the fuck off. You know what I'm saying? She's like, "This is my desk. Get your pig knuckles off of my desk," because that dude who's like up for the promotion as well is one of the shittiest dudes, man. One of the shittiest dudes out there. Oh, you made a mistake. I said no mayo. You didn't say that. You know what? Don't worry about it. Oh, I hate fucking people like that, bro. J-Strix like that, I fucking hate it. I'm just kidding. Now you're muted. Are you talking?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. But yeah, man, it's a great film, man. I feel like sometimes it's kind of slept on, but it's one of my favorite Sam Raimi films. Like I really love it, especially for something he did in the 2000s. Like when I said earlier, like a lot of the movies coming out in the 2000s, especially PG-13 horror movies, just were not like fitting the bill, man. They were just playing it so safe and just kind of cheesy, man. And this, man, it might be cheesy at times, but it's just so much fun, dude.
Well, you know that comedy probably helped him get that PG-13 rating. you know,
Yeah.
like honestly,
Yeah.
because it's so goofy at times. And so like
Yeah.
Sam is proving to people that, yeah, you can do a horror movie with PG-13. It doesn't have to be super bloody. Cause he even said like in an interview, he's like, you know, I didn't want to go super bloody. I've done that. Like he has a movie with probably like the most blood in a scene ever, like It or The Shining.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So
Definitely.
like, yeah, so he's like, I've already done that. I want to do something different. And I appreciate that. One thing I don't like about the movie, and this is something I don't like about a lot of horror movies from this era, is the reliance on computer generated effects. And it looks bad when they use practical effects. It works, and you can tell when they do. But when they use CG, there are so many moments where it doesn't work. There are moments where it does, like the demon shadow and shit like that, right? There are certain times where non-practical effects work, but for the most part, it makes it stand out. They don't age well, and it makes the movie feel a little bit dated. Like, did you really need to CG a fucking floating handkerchief? You honestly couldn't just fucking do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just that throws me out because I'm not used to that in Sam Raimi horror films, if that makes sense. You're muted.
My bad. I got this fan going. I don't want it messing it up. It's hot as fuck in my room, bro. It's been so up and down out here, bro. At night it gets cold, and during the day where like the sun was out, it was like I literally like felt like drips coming off me, and I'm like, am I sweating, bro? And I lift up my hair, bro, and it's just dripping sweat. I'm like, holy crap, bro.
Last weekend I was wearing a hoodie. This weekend I'm fucking. It's like humid as shit. But we're about to get another cold front through. So
I hope so, man. I'm sick of the heat, bro. So sick of it.
Well, I don't know if you're getting a cold front, bro. You're in a completely different area of the country.
So. Yeah. I think it is supposed to start cooling down. Right now, it
will get cooler quicker for you than it will for me. Trust me. There are times where it's Halloween or Thanksgiving and we're fucking sweating, you know. But usually by Thanksgiving we're down definitively into hoodie weather. So
what's in this joint? Your lips are moving. I hear no sound.
Yeah, man. You've been smoking the good shit.
Smoking that KK. Yeah, is there anything else you're trying to mention about this? I know.
I'm just doing a bit.
I know. I want to let it play.
It's a reverse. But anything else I want to say about the film? Guess just overall, I do like the film. I can see like if you didn't know what the fuck was going on and you just watched this movie, it is a weird stretch.
Yeah.
But it is a proper weird stretch, meaning that it is
a weird stretch too.
What's that?
It's a fun weird stretch.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. It is serious. It's got that morality tale to it. Mm-hmm. It does start off a bit too Hallmarky for me, like with the whole setup of her and the promotion and the button and like it's like it sets up like you feel like you're watching a fucking Hallmark film, and then all of a sudden like it goes hay fucking wire in the parking garage. Like that's another great scene, the parking garage. You're like,
oh
what
my
the
god,
fuck is going on?
It might be one of the parking garage and like the cemetery scene are probably my two favorites.
Yeah. For real. And so very early on, I mean, it starts it, and it's doing its Hallmark thing. Then it gets really serious. That scene in the bank, dude, that's like heartbreaking. When she's like telling the woman no, and she's like, I beg you. He's like, you shame me, you know? And then it goes bonkers as fuck. And hey, Kentucky just beat Florida. Damn. Wow. Damn. There's some teams going down today. Anyway. So yeah, I think it's an interesting film. It's one that I haven't watched enough to like let all that just go, you know? So I will, when we rate the film, I will wind up probably not going as strong as I would for other films that kind of do this thing, but it does have a tonal imbalance. It doesn't quite capture it well, but at the same time, it's Sam Raimi getting back to what he does, but doing it differently, doing something that's gross and campy and cheesy and slapsticky, but at the same time, it's got not nuance because it's all in the head, but it's got a message. It's got something it's trying to say, and the performances are great. They play it straight throughout the whole time. It's got a great villain. It's got a great concept. It's based, a lot of people may not know this, but it's based heavily on a black and white film called Night of the Demon from back in the day, which is a fan-freaking-tastic film. And that brings in the idea of the whole curse, 3 days of torment, and then being dragged to hell. So it's an homage to that. And it's Sam Raimi. Yeah, and it's Sam Raimi doing what he can in the studio system at that time. Like I said, it was produced by Ghost House, but it was distributed by Universal. So, but he's showing people that you can make a movie slap at PG-13. You can make it horrifying at PG-13. It just doesn't gel as well as other works of Sam Raimi. When we're talking about Sam Raimi, I got to compare this. I can compare the movie and appreciate it for what it's trying to do. That's step one. But the next step is, how does that compare with what Sam's able to do with other movies? Obviously, the Evil Dead trilogy, but even things like A Simple Plan, For the Love of the Game. Those movies, compared to some of his other films, I think it's good, but it's not one of his best.
Yeah, I agree. It's dope as hell. It's not his best, but, when you got movies like Evil Dead 1, 2, and Army of Darkness, and, man did the freaking Spider-Man movies. But I love it, man. It's up there for me. I mean,
you can also tell, sorry to interrupt, but you can also tell how much fun he's having here, having just come off of Spider-Man 3, in which he hated that process. Like, they were forcing him to put Venom in. They were forcing this, and then he was going to do a Spider-Man 2 or a Spider-Man 4, and then that fell the fuck apart. And so, like, you can imagine that this is just him going back, old school, having fun, making a movie that maybe he had lost that somewhere in the middle of his Spider-Man run. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I know that, it probably helped him with some of the CGI in this too, because he was doing a lot of early CGI work in those Spider-Man movies too. But, he had
a bigger budget for those, didn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
They had a lot of special effects. They had a lot of effects houses work on this. Like, even K&B did a little bit of work for it. I don't know if you knew that, but like a shit ton of companies worked on practical and visual effects for this film because they did it quick, cheap, and low budget. And he says that it was kind of like a return a little bit. And so I think this is what Sam Raimi needed. But then what has he done since? That's been the thing. Like, what has he done since?
Doctor Strange 2 is the only thing I know about that he's got coming.
Yeah. Well, but in between, he did that Oz movie that didn't take off.
Which one?
The Great and Powerful Oz, or whatever the fuck, with James Franco.
He did that one?
That's him.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That was kind of dumb.
Yeah, it was. But this may be the last Sam Raimi movie we have. I am very excited for Doctor Strange 2, though.
You said you're excited for what?
For Doctor Strange 2.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Yeah. Me too.
What else has he done? Hold on. Now we got to look. I
feel like he hasn't done like that much. Like, sadly. He's obviously
been producing.
Right? Probably.
No, bro. Like straight up. Drag Me to Hell. And then his next movie is
Crawl.
The next movie, directing, right?
Dark, man.
It's Drag Me to Hell, Oz the Great and Powerful, and then nothing until Doctor Strange. He's been on that long.
I thought so. He's just been producing, because if you look, he's producing a lot. Like,
he also
did 2, The Unholy, Grudge,
Ash vs. Evil Dead was a part of that too, though.
Yeah.
So he spent some years working on that. So,
I mean, he's been producing a lot. The Evil Dead remake, he's a producer. The Possession. The Poltergeist remake, Don't Breathe 2, Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Holy shit, I didn't realize this. He was the creator of the Mantis show from the 90s. I did not know that. Do you remember the Mantis show? Do you ever watch that? Like, it was about this black superhero?
No.
Mantis was awesome. Wow.
I have to look that up.
Oh yeah,
One
and of
movie,
course he was an executive producer on Spartacus, so that's why he was so busy. He focused in on Spartacus and Ash versus the Evil
yeah,
Dead
I
and
saw he did
producing. Remember,
Spartacus.
he produced like The Grudge and he produced a bunch of other shit because he was the one that told me. He didn't tell me personally, but he was the one that I found out about Ju-on from because it was like an interview where he was like, "Oh, I'm doing The Grudge because Ju-on is like one of the scariest movies I've ever seen." And so then I watched it, which is the Japanese version of The Grudge, which is one of the most legitimate scary fucking movies I've ever seen, man. The movie
Really?
fucking creeps me out. Ju-on and Ju-on 2, they creep me the fuck out. Oh my
Really?
god. Yes. Have you ever seen them?
Yeah, a long time
They
ago.
creep me the fuck out, bruh. There is
Really?
something about Asian horror, especially in that late 90s, early 2000s time. It just fucking gets me, bruh. That one in particular. Like, I think it's in part 2, but there's the bit where this woman's like, or somebody's there in this apartment and it's like haunted and the coffee mug keeps falling over and then eventually someone gets hung there and they keep swaying and that's why the coffee thing, oh my god. It gets me. You can throw
Yeah,
up
I
bugs on
mean,
people and that's fine,
they're
but that
better
one
than the American versions, obviously, but
by fucking far, bro.
I know.
The
But
American Grudge movies suck,
suck.
in my opinion. So
Especially, dude, the recent one, fucking terrible, man. I was like really thinking that new one was gonna be like really good, and it's fucking garbage, bro. So bad. Like people were acting like they were really trying to hype that up, like it was about to be the scariest thing like in the last 10 years, and it was just terrible. Like I remember there was a lot of hype for that remake of The Grudge. Like they were finally doing it,
yeah.
R-rated too, I believe, because the old ones were like PG-13, you know. And it was just it was R-rated. I loved Crawl. He did an incredible Crawl and Don't Breathe. I love. I still
I
haven't
haven't
seen
seen
the
those.
second one yet,
I haven't seen those.
but yeah, man, dude, Sam Raimi, man, I can't wait for Doctor Strange too. And now with everything going on with Venom, I went and saw Venom this week. I went and saw it opening night. I don't know if you have.
I have not seen it
I
because
want
I
I
didn't
want
have.
them to give Sam Raimi another crack at a Spider-Man movie. That would be awesome.
Well, he gets to probably. I mean, he gets Doctor Strange. Maybe some Spidey shit will be in there, right?
Yeah, true.
I haven't seen Venom yet. I thought about going to see it yesterday, but this week has
It
been.
was fun. It was way better, in my opinion. It's shorter than the first one,
That's what
but
I've
you
heard.
don't have to worry about half the movie becoming about Eddie. You know, half the movie of the first one was Eddie just getting getting to the symbiote. He doesn't have it for like the first half. Then this one, he's already got it, and it's just right into it. I thought this one was a lot better, funnier. Tom Hardy's kind of more perfecting his craft of what he's doing.
Okay.
I enjoyed it though. It was a little bit shorter than the first one though, so I felt like it wrapped up a little quick. But
Well, I read one review that said it's a dumb fun movie that doesn't overstay its welcome. And
yeah, no,
sometimes movies
I'm
can be too
glad.
long. That shouldn't
Hour
be.
and a half was perfect. The thing was with like the fight scene, the ending fight scene. I felt like Riot gave more of a harder time than Carnage did, and I
Oh,
thought
that
Carnage
sucks because
was.
that last fight in Venom sucked, bro.
That's the thing. See, well, Venom's better, I guess, in this one at this point. So I guess it makes sense that Venom's better, than he would be. But I just thought that he would have had a little bit rougher time with Carnage. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been so busy that I actually had to watch Suspiria and Drag Me to Hell yesterday. So I did a double feature in the afternoon before our
Yeah.
show. But and I won't have time to watch it tomorrow because the Cowboys are playing. So I'll watch it eventually. But I was hoping to have watched that. And I hear that's what I'm hearing is that it knows what movie it's trying to be and it does it and it doesn't overstay its welcome. That's fine. But I don't like the comedic approach that they're going with. So I don't
Yeah.
know if I still don't know if I will like it, but I'll see. I'll go in it with an open mind. But man, I have heard nothing but shit about the Many Saints of Newark. Like
Really?
I've heard
I didn't
shit.
think it. I've been hearing mixed. A big.
I have heard nothing but shit about that.
It wasn't terrible, but it could have been better.
You watched it?
I watched it. Of course, dude. I fucking love Sopranos, dude.
Yeah, me too. I was watching both.
Dude, Sopranos and Sons of Anarchy, 2 favorite shows of all fucking time. Thing is, bro, you're just never gonna beat, you know what I'm saying, the Sopranos. You're just never gonna get there. You're just not gonna do it without James Gandolfini. First off, it's not about really Tony. Honestly, Tony, like his son doesn't come into it. Like James Gandolfini's son is only in it for like half the movie, if that.
That's what I've heard. But they marketed it as if it was his origin story.
Yeah, that's the thing where I feel like it's throwing people off, because it's honestly it's the story about Christopher
his dad,
Moltisanti's father. Yeah, and I don't mind that, because Tony always talked about Christopher's father being a mentor to him. So I actually really like that. I was bummed though that we didn't get more of Tony's father in it. John Berthnall's Tony's father. I was expecting more of that.
I heard that Vera, what's her name, the lady from The Conjuring, who plays his mother, right?
Yeah.
I heard that she was really fucking good.
Really, dude, incredible, dude. She's spot on.
Do you remember in The Sopranos when that actress died and they had to like do this weird CG shit, and you could tell, and it was so fucking off-putting? Do you remember that?
Really? No, I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch that.
Next time you rewatch The Sopranos, notice, because like they had to change the story, but like they had to use old footage. They had to like Paul Walker it, basically.
I think I do kind of recall that. I just, because I remember when she gets close to dying, something happens. I'll have to go back and watch that.
Yeah. I love The Sopranos. I fucking love it.
Oh my God, so much. So much. I mean,
it's not one of my favorites. I would put Deadwood over that, and I would put Justified over that as well. But Sopranos is up there. It's such a engaging show. And to be honest, one of the negative reviews I saw about it was saying that it was sexist, and I was like, the character should be like, did you watch The Sopranos? Like,
probably not. Probably not. But
back to Drag Me to Hell.
It almost makes it seem like they could do a sequel to The Many Saints in Newark too. Like it's kind of left open.
Maybe they should have just done another series.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like maybe that would have been it, but I don't know. I still want to watch it, make my own mind up, and judge it for myself. Same with Venom 2. But if anybody's excited to hear my thoughts on those 2 projects tomorrow on Rock and Robbie Live, it just ain't going to happen. But hopefully by next week I can fit it in.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely have to see what you think about those 2. Venom I thought was pretty good though. I didn't love it, but I had fun with it.
And then next week we get Bond, and then Halloween, and it's just non-fucking stop.
Oh man, I can't wait for Halloween. And you're getting stuff on streaming services too, man. So there's gonna be a lot of good stuff.
All we're all doing shows. It's a busy October, man. But it's my power month.
You like Breaking Bad? John is asking. I like Breaking Bad.
I've never seen Breaking Bad.
Wow, dude, I freaking love that show.
Bro, when I tell people I don't have time to watch it, I'm sorry. When I tell people I don't have time to like really invest in like TV, I just don't. I wish I did, but it's like I just told you I had to watch both Suspiria and Drag Me to Hell yesterday. But I have heard many good things about Breaking Bad. I need to check that out. But right now, my favorite shows of all time would be like Justified, Deadwood, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Lost. I'm a Lost guy.
Yeah.
Those are probably my favorites of all time. And Cheers and Seinfeld. I'll throw those in there too. And Arrested Development and Community. And Parks and Rec.
Development is good. I love Atlanta by Donald Glover. That was a good one.
I wanted to see that. I never see it. I was in a relationship with someone for a long time in which making time to watch that kind of stuff was difficult. And so I missed out on a lot of stuff. Basically anything with like extreme violence or sexual content. But I got a lot I need to catch up on. I've been wanting to get back into Westworld. I've never watched Westworld, so
never.
I haven't watched it yet. I've watched the movie, but not the. Yeah, it's something I've been thinking about. But right now, I'm really honestly, for the last few weeks, I've been thinking about rewatching The Sopranos.
You see that new show that people are saying is like Lost? I'm not sure what that is.
You're gonna have to give us a name, Perry.
Yeah, I fell off of Westworld.
That's what I heard, but I'm excited to check it out.
I've been digging the new season of Titans though, with Red Hood and shit. I thought that's been dope.
Yeah, I
I
haven't watched
fell
that.
off of Doom Patrol though, but I really want to check back into that. Squid Game is like number one, dude. The two number one shows, Squid Game. I haven't started, but I've been trying to. I just didn't have the time, and I finally started getting into it last night. Midnight Mass, which is number two on Netflix, done by Mike Flanagan, the guy who did Haunting on Hill House,
I've heard about
Doctor
it.
Sleep, Gerald's Game, Haunting at Bly Manor. He's got a new series called Midnight Mass, and it seems really good so far, man. So
Yeah, good
definitely
stuff.
check that out. Midnight Mass, like I love Mike Flanagan, dude, so much. So, but I gotta check out Squid Games too. But yeah, let's get into back into Drag Me to Hell. You want to get into the rating, or you want to
Yeah,
mention something else before?
no, I'm down for the ratings, man.
All right, anyone who's seen Drag Me to Hell, throw your rating down below out of 1 to 5. You digs, 1 to 5 slips, whatever you want to call it. 1 to 5 freaking curses on your punk ass head. I don't know. What do you want to give this one tonight, though, Robbie?
I'm going to give it 3.5. 3.5. I like it. I think it's solid. It could be better. But that was not fucking targeting. What the fuck is up with these refs? Sorry. Watching the
You're good, bro.
I hate this targeting shit. They call this some bullshit. Anyway, I'll give Drag Me to Hell 3.5. It's not the best Sam Raimi film, but it's good and it was fun and it's a nice refresher for him post Spider-Man. It's a nice thing to it kind of captures a little bit of the magic from his earlier days, but it does it in a different way. I don't really like the CG. I feel like it gets a little too wonky sometimes and it could be evened out a little bit better. But overall, I do like the movie. It's definitely something to own. It's worth a buy for me. For a 3.5 for a horror film, to me is pretty solid. Even though I give a lot of them 5.
Still 7 out of 10.
I like the movie. I think it's super solid. And it's definitely something that I will watch it again more and more and more. And I'm glad I have it and I don't regret buying it. And I got the slips. 3.5 slips, you digs.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna give this one a 4, man. The CGI is dated on it. It has some kookiness to it, but man, maybe because I grew up, it was one that I kind of grew up with, and when it came out, it was one that it was just really accessible to watch, and because it was PG-13, didn't have a bunch of nudity and stuff in it, so it was with my parents, it was more easy to watch. So it was one I kind of was drawn to a lot more, especially being such a huge Sam Raimi fan growing up with Spider-Man and Army of Darkness being one of my all-time favorite movies growing up. I just had so much fun with it, dude. And I still, to this day, I love it. I think it's a lot of fun. And I just always enjoy watching it. Like you said, I didn't even know who did the score, but that makes me like the score even more than I already did. And I just love the atmosphere and the tone and the tonal switches in it too, because it's it seems to go one way and then it just flips upside down, and I think that's just what a Sam Raimi film does, man. The man just knows how to just do a huge upside down tonal shift and it just still is able to work. You know what I mean? Not many directors can do that, but Sam Raimi is definitely one of a kind, man. And I love it, man. You can just tell, obviously he's a huge horror fan, and just gotta give the man the respect he deserves, dude, because he's awesome, man. He's one of the godfathers in a way, dude. I mean, he's the godfather of the shaky cam or the steady cam,
right? And he didn't even use the steady cam. It was just just like a camera strapped to some fucking 2x4s.
Right.
I saw somebody mention Quick and the Dead in the chat. I just want to say this. I love Quick and the Dead. I also agree that I think Quick and the Dead is better than this film, but I think they're both good films. But one thing is Sam Raimi, it truly is a master of horror, right? But sometimes I feel like we don't. Sam Raimi has somehow managed to not be pigeonholed into that is not targeting. Somehow never got pigeonholed into being just the horror guy, right?
Yeah.
Like, and that starts in the early days. Like, he did what John Carpenter wasn't really able to do, and he got a studio to give him financing to do a Western with fucking Gene Hackman and fucking Leo DiCaprio and Sharon Stone, and like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what an amazing cast in that film. It's a good movie.
Definitely, dude. Definitely.
Fuck, Sam Raimi's done superhero films, and I'm not just talking about Spider-Man.
I know, right? Seriously, though, dude. I mean, the guy, dude, I feel like everyone just knows him for his Spider-Man films, but, like, dude, this is the guy that created freaking Ashley, you know what I mean? Ashley, dude, I love it, man. So, yeah, four all day. Got a lot of good memories with this film, dude. My man Stefan gave it a 4 out of 5 as well. Oh, hold on, I just jumped big time. 62 Lefty Blues gave it 3.5 curses. Perry said, never seen it, so I'm going to get a pre-rating 3.0. Quick and Dead was better. Let's see. And I think that's it on the ratings. Or Jerome said 3 you dig's blind.
Well, there you go. I think that makes an average of
3.69, dudes.
Nice.
Come on. Nice. So I guess that concludes the rating. You got anything for show and tell, my brother, this week?
I do. I have some things I want to show off and some new things I just got. First of all, I got this week. Drag Me to Hell.
Oh, yeah, you did get that this week.
Yeah. How freaking cool is that? So with the slip.
3.69.
These are things that I've already had, but I just want to show them off. Some Pez dispensers. There's Frankenberry.
Hell yeah. I know you love your Monster cereals.
You know I do. These were gifts from Mike like a year or two ago. There's Fruit Brute.
Oh, no.
I've never opened them either. And I don't
have you ever eaten Fruit Brute?
Yeah. Well, not the original one, but I had it when they re-released it as a cherry flavor, but I never had the original because that's from the 70s.
Yeah, right.
Count Chocula. The goat. Oh, you fucking whore.
Mm-hmm.
There's Yummy Mummy. I did have Yummy Mummy, though, because that's from the late 80s. And then you got to wrap it up with Blueberry. So got all 5 of them there. I still think that they should. This is the 50th anniversary. They did the Monster Mash cereal where they threw all the cereals together, but they didn't really do that. It's just a fruit-based cereal. But they should have re-released each one individually again, and they should finally create a new one, right? Like give us, like I don't know, like
that's what I thought they were doing with the Monster Mash.
I don't know what flavor profile you would use, but we need like a Creature from the Black Lagoon type, right?
Yeah. So I don't know why they haven't released Fruit Brute and Yummy Mummy again. Like they just always do the 3.
They did it 1 year. Just 1 year they did it, man. Like in 2013 or something. What else? All right. I thought, was that it? Okay. Yeah, I just got this today.
Oh, Imhotep.
Imhotep from the Brendan Fraser Mummy. I'm going to open it up.
Wow.
I'm going to open it up so we can take a closer look because this looks badass, brother.
That does look badass.
You know, I don't buy mini pops, but I do buy horror-related ones, and this Mummy movie's more adventure, but I love that.
I'm like out of the pop game, but if I get anything, it's going to be horror-related because the horror ones are still awesome.
And Mike is out of town. He's on tour with Candlebox and the Dead Deads, taking pictures, doing his rock and roll photographer thing.
Yeah.
But he still managed to find a way to hook me up with something I really wanted. And I guess got to say, Station Mike, you're the best. but I got that Gunslinger Spawn, baby.
Did you? Oh man, I wanted that. I forgot to fucking pre-order it.
Look at that.
That was the one I wanted most, was Gunslinger.
Yep, me too. This is the only one I wanted out of all of them. So I got it. So thank you, Mike. And that's what I got for show and tell, brother.
Mike's the best.
He is.
I was so bummed, man. I wish I could have fucking met up with him, dude.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Shit kind of just didn't line up, dude, because I wish I knew like ahead of time that he was coming. He like just messaged me the night before, and I thought he was gonna come see me at work, and then he had shit going on, and then by the time I got off work, I was just busy as fuck.
I'm putting this back in so I can reopen it again tomorrow night for Rockin' Robbie Live.
Yeah, why not? So I don't really have much, but I got I think I got two things I can show. So I got this last week and I wasn't able to show it because I didn't have it on me. But Scream Factory's collector's edition of Alone in the Dark. I haven't got a chance to watch. I started watching some of it, but I got to finish it. It's got Donald Pleasance in it. So I had to get it. It's got Jack Palance in it, Donald Pleasance, Martin Landau, and Dwight Schultz. So Jack Palance, Donald Pleasance, and Martin Landau, man, those are like three all-stars, So I'm definitely excited to check this out. From what I saw, it seemed a little slow starting off, but, I'm going to be excited to finally sit down and watch all of it. And I got this 4K Ultra HD of Children of the Corn. This just came out.
Cool.
With the slip. So I'm really hyped for the fucking Halloween ones, man. Those are the ones I've been waiting for. That's why I haven't really been getting much, because with those Halloween ones coming, that's going to be a pretty penny. And I think I did show this a couple of weeks back. I had gotten Sleepers.
Yeah, it's a good movie, man.
Yeah, love that one. But I'm definitely excited to check out 4K version of Children of the Corn. That's a fun one, fun Stephen King one. Have you ever seen Alone in the Dark? I don't know if this has ever gotten a DVD release, to be honest.
I've never seen Alone in the Dark, and it's one that I definitely want to pick up because
I first heard about it from In Search of Darkness.
Same here, bro. Same here. Bro. I was like, how have I never heard about this movie with that cast?
With the cast, that's what sold me. I didn't even have to know about the movie. Like at first, when they announced this, I was like, yeah, what is it, some Jason ripoff? And then when I saw it, I was like, that's that fucking movie they were talking about In Search. So I was like, automatic pre-order. So
yeah, you know it, right? I should have pre-ordered it, but I didn't. But
yeah,
I should get it soon so I can get the slip.
Yeah, I feel like something like that never got even a DVD release is something you'll definitely have to jump on if you do want the slip.
Yeah, especially because it had all those delays and problems too. Just might as well go ahead and get it.
Yeah.
And just so you know, I think that I think Halloween 2 on the 4K, be expecting a replacement disc because one of the special features was not on it.
Really? I've seen all of them show that they're coming throughout October, but Halloween 2, I was like, did they fucking like cancel my Halloween 2? And that one shows delivery date still pending, but all the other ones show they're coming in the next like week or two. So I was wondering what was going on with Halloween 2.
Yeah.
But I'm excited, especially to watch the new version of Halloween 5 with that big cut scene in the beginning with the Dr. Voodoo or whoever it is. That,
I'm going to have to borrow Case
Yeah. You're not picking it up? Oh, you got the 4K. You don't got
I don't have a 4K TV or player right now, man. So
yeah.
I'm cool with the box set I have right now.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. You got a good set, no doubt. Definitely.
I do want to upgrade because the 15 disc box set is started to drop down to like $300. So
is it? Well, that would be sick. Well, the 4K set, I mean, it comes with the Blu-ray set with the new 4K scans, so you can hold on to the 4Ks and still be able to play the Blu-rays with the 4K transfers.
But it doesn't come with all the others, man. That's the thing. I want the complete set.
Yeah, but first 5, it's still you get best way to see them. And then you
what I'm saying though is I have the 10 disc Blu-ray and I want the 15.
So. No, that's the one I want too. It'd be dope though if they did a 15 4K set, but they'll never do it. I bet. Otherwise, they would have done it.
You know it.
Or just release them all like how they got now on 4K. Because the box sets are going to be dope. Like, they're supposed to be like Creepshow. So. But, so what do we got going on next week, brother?
Well, on PCP Movie Night, we've got Demons 1 and Demons 2 from Lamberto Bava, an Italian horror double feature. So join us for that on Friday night, PCP Movie Night. What do we got next week here, Dylan?
Looks like we're doing the original Fog from 1980, directed by John Carpenter. What a perfect, freaking awesome ghost story. One of my all-time favorites, dude. Love the atmosphere. Love the music. Love the characters in this one, man. So
score's amazing.
Dude, so good, man. So definitely check out The Fog. And you guys got to check out freaking Lamberto Bavo's Demons 1 and 2 if you haven't. That's some good homework y'all need to be doing this week while we continue Horror Fest, man. It's been a fun one, dude. We had some good stuff we picked this year. Yeah, The Fog, man. I had to do it. Had to throw it. That's 2 John Carpenter films I've picked this year, actually. Yes, but yeah, you know John Carpenter is one of my favorite guys. So yeah, The Fog is going to be a fun one. Plus, it's just a perfect October film, man. Just perfect, man. Just perfect to start the October season off with. But yeah, you got anything else going on this week that you want to mention besides Horror Fest? I know
it's plenty going on. Plenty, but tomorrow night, Rockin' Robbie Live, 7 p.m. Central Time. Monday night over at the Experience, I'll be with Dynamic Forces with Rex and John, chatting and talking about comic books and selling some comics. Great stuff. We're going to be doing a contest. You want to join us there? That's 5 p.m. Central Time. Right after that show at 8 p.m. Central Time on Pop Culture Philosophers, Comics Revisited with Verno from the Cerebros, with Jay Sandlin, writer of Over the Ropes and many other books. We're going to be talking about Jonathan Hickman's Pax Romana. And that's going to be Monday night. And then Tuesday night, I do want to go ahead and point this out. Tuesday is October 5th. On October 5th, 2016, I started the weekly comic book review. Wow. So it's been 5 years. So I'm doing a live stream. I'm going to deliver the weekly comic book review live, and then we're going to chat for about 30, 40 minutes afterwards and just kind of celebrate 5 years of the weekly comic book review every single fucking week. I've never
5 years.
Yeah. Wow. There was even 1 week I was in the hospital. Still fucking did the goddamn video.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
What fucking dedication. Definitely go sub my motherfucking brother up if you already aren't, which is probably crazy if you're not subbed up to him. Fucking incredible.
5 years, brother. Incredible. So excited.
That's so awesome. Congrats, brother. That is absolutely awesome. Best comic book review show every week. Or on the whole damn YouTube fucking app, bro. Best weekly comic book rant or show. Like, no joke. Yours is the best. And I know nobody is man enough to fucking raise up and say I'm wrong on that. Ain't nobody gonna tell me I'm wrong on that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, man. It's the truth. It's the truth. But yeah, dude, it's going to be a good week. Definitely do your homework. Do Lamberto Bavo's Demons 1 and 2. Those are 2 great Italian horror films. Just 2 perfect primers if you haven't really gotten into any Italian horror, to be completely honest, you know. They're so much fun. And you can't go wrong with John Carpenter's The Fog. So definitely check those out. And we'll see you guys next week. Thanks everyone for hanging out. 62, John, Perry, Kevin, thanks for stopping in, brother. Jerome, Albert stopped in for a minute. Good to see you, brother. My boy Steph was in here. I know Fable dropped in for a bit, TM, but they had to leave earlier. Let's see. Yeah, dude, Perry stayed the freaking entire show. It's been a while since Perry joined the entire show.
Perry was on this show longer than you were, Dylan.
Dude, he was here longer than me. Dude, thanks for hanging, Perry. Fucking check this, dude, check the Horror Fest list, bro. If there's something you want to come on for, bro, like for real, you are welcome on any show anytime, bro. You know that, brother. Brother Joe, thanks for stopping in. For real though, Perry, let me know if there's something on there you want to come check out.
Come do the fog with us, man. Do the fog.
Bro. I think you'd like that. It's an awesome ghost story. He would have loved Drag Me to Hell if he hasn't seen it already. Like, for real.
Yeah.
Almost just ended the broadcast. Dude, just fucking computer freezing. I think that's it. Thanks everyone for hanging out. You guys are the absolute best. And we'll see you guys next week. Peace out, yo.